They gon' hate me for this one. Ayy, ayy, ayy. You know what's really wild? Got your own son calling you a pedophile. Why you getting called that by your own child? It say Pedro Peter every time the phone down. Wow, Hunter arguing with hookers while he wearing crack. Whoa, they call it a conspiracy, but I'm saying facts. Whoa, in the mansion up in Cali, but who pay for that? Whoa, the media gon' cover it up like he ain't get hacked.
Greetings, Nicolations. I'm Nick Muniz. This is Nick's Nonfiction. Today on the show, a biblical edition, The Laptop from Hell by Miranda Devine. When a drug-addled Hunter Biden abandoned his waterlogged computer at a Mac repair shop in Delaware just 6 days before his father announced his candidacy for president, he became the ticking time bomb in the shadow of Joe Biden's campaign.
Joe Biden.
Biden family a lot friendlier with China than we originally thought. This is the unvarnished story of what's really inside the laptop and what China knows about the Bidens. Hunty took out over $800,000 from ATMs. In 2017, 1 year, $800K. Homie went on the biggest bender in Hollywood's history. Chateau Marmont, blacklisted. This story exposes the coordinated censorship operation by big tech. It's gonna get political. During the 2020 election, the biggest story was banned on social media. It only comes out now. Obama. I know, Wonton Don is president. It's a good thing for humor, if nothing else. Let's throw it over to some Trump hype for fun.
Over the world when I'm on my Donald Trump shit. Look at all this money. Ain't that some shit? Take over the world when I'm on my Donald Trump shit. Look at all this money. Ain't that some shit? We gon' take over the world while these haters getting mad. That's why all my bitches bad. They see this crazy life I have and they in awe. We gon' win. You can take the lose or draw. What I'm in. Got these hoes who used to play me in they wrongs. We gon' take over the world while these haters getting mad. Take over the world while these haters get...
Purely for fun, that was. Chapter 1, Hunter's Laptop. Hunter goes to Hollywood. Hunter Biden was on his 6th week of a crack cocaine bender at the Chateau Marmont in May of 2018, paying hookers and dealers to service him around the clock in an $820 a night Garden Cottage hotel pool. He was one floor below where John Belushi OD'd. 36 years earlier, a heroin speedball. They put Hunter one floor below him. $820 a night. Chateau Marmont. Hollywood, baby. He was flush with cash, having wound up his business with the Chinese energy company CF. Also, a sudden disappearance in Shanghai of March billionaire chairman Ye Jianming. What the heck? His business partner, a Chinese billionaire, mysteriously disappeared a little bit earlier. Biden's out here with the Clinton body count. Soda! He's a geriatric. You can't hold him liable. Hunter's Playboy lifestyle at the time included a $650 per day Lamborghini Gallardo Spider. He drove it around until his Porsche 911 was delivered by a valet driver all the way from Dulles Airport in Washington, D.C. Day after day, he smoked crack, drank vodka, made pornos. One time he balanced a line of M&Ms on his erect penis. There's photographs of it. He would periodically move out of the chateau for a few days to another hotel nearby, either the Jeremy or the Lapeer. He's drinking vodka, he's smoking crack, he's making pornos, he's putting M&Ms on his dick. Talking to China on and off. One overcast spring day in L.A., Hunter is catching up on porn. He spends $1,000 for one of his Wells Fargo debit cards to top out his account on a sex cam site, StreamRay. Women with names such as Perfect Tits and Samantha Squirt take off their clothes and writhe around on camera for money. How the hell is he running a $1 billion Chinese company when he's watching $1,000 worth of porn a day? Crack and hookers? He's on crack. He's on lightning time. It's possible. We got to try to compassionate Hunter, okay? He's always the bad guy in these books. This is his bread and butter. For a statesman's son, bread and butter, crack and hookers.
This is a certified hood classic.
On the morning of May 24th, hungover and out of sorts, Hunter added a new receipt on the cash transfer app Zelle. The registered agent of Emerald Fantasy Girls, he transferred $8,000. The first $8,000 is recorded leaving his account at 10 a.m. At 10:50 a.m., $2,000 leaves the account. 11 a.m., $3,000 vanishes. 11:30, another $8,000. Yana follows up. I'm happy to see that much money in my account. Her last text, no worries, you could have the rest back. Karma is a bitch. Hunter got taken by a Russian hacker hooker. His account kept going down after he made the shady deal with the hooker. This wouldn't be a story if he wasn't the statesman's son. He's putting us all in danger, hooking up with these Russian hookers. A hacker hooker? I'd hook up with a Russian chick who had hacker gloves on. It won't be long after the Hollywood incident before Joe's Secret Service connections are called upon to rescue Hunter from a crisis. But next time the cleanup doesn't go quite as planned. He got his presidential bank account hacked by a Russian hooker. Chapter 2. Blacklisted. He's spending $8,100 a year at the Chateau Marmont. Isn't it an all-time bender? Can you get blacklisted from the Chateau Marmont? Hunter is indignant. He left his Gucci bomber jacket at one of his favorite strip joints in Washington, D.C. A dancer took it. Alesso Michel, creative director of Gucci, called Hunter personally. Sylvia, the stripper, has gone to Germany and isn't answering her phone. Hunter becomes accusatory. So if you have a Gucci jacket, this is a luxury item. The Gucci police will literally follow you if you give your jacket to a hooker. I want to give this nice hooker a gift. You give her your Gucci flip-flops, and then the Gucci police descend from a helicopter onto your home. Did you know this? Luxury items are assets. You can't just give them away. At strip clubs, Hunter is known as a generous tipper who sits in the VIP room and pays his bills with credit cards that don't have his name on it, according to the New York Post. To end this, Joe urged Hunter to meet with a key Biden donor, Jeff Cooper, who ran one of the largest asbestos litigation firms in the country. Literally, Gucci was coming after Hunter Biden. Joe had to have a sit-down with his son. Hunter, listen up. I've done my share of cracking hookers in D.C. Can't be giving away free things. That crosses the line. No free hooker handouts. It's assets. It's a liability. Hunter, let me set you up with my attorney.
Joe Biden.
Cooper always was a reliable backer of Hunter's business career. He made a lot of money from the $30 billion asbestos compensation business, large part to thanks Joe, who used his petition on the Judiciary Committee to block asbestos litigation reform. Just a good teamwork there. When Joe became vice president, Cooper put Hunter on the board of his venture capital firm Eudora Global and soon gave him shares in the business, which netted Hunter $80,000 a year. That's his punishment for ruining the stripper economy. $80,000. It takes a lot to get blacklisted from the Chateau Marmont, the HQ of Hollywood debauchery, for over 90 years. But in the summer of 2018, Hunter Biden managed to do just that. Late at night, Thursday, July 19th, he's checking in at the front desk of the iconic Sunset Boulevard Hotel. He's done this many times before. The night manager is about to hand over the familiar green silk tassel set of room keys, which he notices a warning on Hunter's firm in the computer system file. He's got his tassels. He's trying to drop $850 a night. It stipulates the need to get pre-approval from the general manager before I can book you in. What the fuck, man? Seriously, what the fuck? Hunter rages in a series of indignant texts with Chateau Bellhop Mike the following night. Seriously? A note in the system that says under no circumstance am I allowed in the building without pre-approval? What the fuck, man? Mike replies, that's fucked. Let me text someone. Hunter, fuck them. It was so fucking embarrassing. The two women at the desk were standing right there. Mike texts back a few minutes later. Apparently you were banned for drug use, is what I was told. Drug use? Are you kidding me? Drug use?
Smell like you farted.
He's making a good point. Hold up. How do you get banned from the Chateau Marmont for drug use? That's what these Hollywood hotels are made for. You can't ban someone for drug use. Back Hunter. Hunter for president. Hunter says, you gotta be effing kidding me. LOL, exactly. You don't have to tell me. Bro, you can't get banned from a Hollywood hotel for drug use. That's like being banned from a Diddy party for boy love. That's what it's made for. Hunter, he set the record, the biggest bender in Hollywood history. He keeps ranting at the bellhop about his banishment through the night, even after moving to another luxury hotel in West Hollywood. Later, Mike texts again. So I pulled up your profile. It says blacklisted. Mike texted back again. I asked one of the reservation girls, and she said there was a hole in the walls of one of the rooms you had. Hold the fuck up. Give me a second. Hunter made a glory hole at the Chateau Marmont? Bro, this is a Nick's Nonfiction exclusive. You don't have to read the 300-page book. Hunter made a goddamn glory hole! At least they put on his record it was just for drugs. This guy was doing a construction project for a sex swing and a glory hole in his room. Led Zeppelin rode their Harleys through the corridors. Scarlett Johansson, Benicio del Toro repeatedly hooked up in an elevator on Oscar night. Britney Spears had her breakdown in the dining room of the chateau. John Belushi died from a drug overdose. He was partying with Robert De Niro, Robin Williams. Hunter partied harder than Robin Williams, Led Zeppelin, and Britney Spears. Hunter is my hero. Even the Chateau Zen-like patience hadn't been able to withstand Hunter's 2018 mega bender. That's a bender worth a blacklist, boys. 2016, he withdrew $500,000 out of ATMs. 2018, he withdrew $775,000 out of ATMs. This is all on prostitutes, porn, sex clubs. Hunter's the energy. Joe Biden was dead. That's where it was. Chapter 3. Beau Biden. It was a sample plan Joe devised for his sons. Beau was the golden-haired prodigy who would go into politics as the next JFK, remaining squeaky clean, above reproach, all on his way to the White House. Hunter would have preferred to be an artist or a writer. He was assigned the role of paying the bills for the rest of the family through the lucrative grace and favor jobs and sweetheart deals facilitated by Joe's network of connections in Delaware. Hunty, he's the schmoozer. He did his job. By the time he became vice president, Joe had mastered crony politics in his home state. Soon he would extend the Delaware way, a template internationally used by Hunter under the guidance of Joe's devoid younger brother, Jim Biden, a bagman for the family. Hunty, he did his job. Created some salacious story we're talking about 4 years after. Never went to jail. Biden family, they're clean. Clean as a whistle. Hunter has some business prowess here. He effortlessly absorbed the lessons from Delaware from his father, though with slightly less finesse. At one point, when a Chinese business partner questioned his profiling speeding, he snapped off an angry email. If you refuse to sign the wire, Kevin, I will bring suit in the Chancery Court in Delaware, which is known in my home state, and I am privileged to work with every judge on the Chancery Court. China. Ukraine, you want to do business in America? You gotta go through my circuit court in Delaware. That's how it works. It's similar to the Clinton come up. You gotta run a money laundering scheme, all right? You want to be president? Newcastle, one of the biggest international tax havens in America. Biden's run the courts. Daniel Golden, author of The Price of Admission, How America's Ruling Class Buys Its Way into Elite Colleges, takes up a story in 2019 article, The Chronicles of Higher Education. Guido Calabresi, the dean of Yale Law School, received a call from the White House. Yale Law's most powerful alumni, Bill Clinton, asked him to let into Georgetown a graduate named Hunter Biden. The Clintons pulled the strings for the Hunters, the Bidens. Most law school graduates take years to work their ways up to a junior partner, but straight out of college in 1996, Hunter landed a $100,000 job, plus undisclosed signing bonus with an MBA. He's in the fucking NBA. Hunter Hunter Biden slams it down. Most law school graduates, they're not making $100,000 first year out of college. Hunter was viewed as the family's cash cow while never receiving the credit he thought he was owed for his financial contribution. Bo didn't take on these fucking responsibilities. My dead brother Bo, yeah, I fucked his wife. He didn't do the responsibilities. He didn't do any of this shit. I swear to fucking Christ he didn't. He raved to a friend in Los Angeles on a drunken night caught on a voice memo. Hunter, he's the golden child. He banged his dead boy's wife. Banged his dead brother's wife. He's a good guy. Joe's father, Joseph Biden Sr., by all accounts was a dreamer and a teller of tales. Tall, dark, dashingly handsome, Joe Sr. was the son of a long-serving district manager of the American Oil Company in Scranton. So I'm saying, you could be president too. You gotta have a grandpa who owns an oil tycoon. You gotta have a gigantic money laundering scheme.
Oh, I've been married a long time ago.
Chapter 4. Caroline Biden. Uncle Jim is at the end of his tether with his daughter Caroline in the summer of 2018. In desperation, he turns to Hunter. The pampered Georgetown graduate has a history of substance abuse and run-ins with the police. Now, she's facing criminal charges in a New York court admitting to spending $100,000 on beauty products using a stolen credit card from the Greenwich Village pharmacy. What the hell? Let the girl dress up. She spent $100,000 on beauty products, so what? I need help with Caroline. She's off the rails, Jim emails Hunter, July of 2018. In the third month of a crack binge in Los Angeles, Hunter might seem a curious choice as a mentor, but Caroline, hero-worshipping her dashing cousin, had trouble for 10 days sentencing in New York. I'm babysitting my 32-year-old cousin. She has to go to her sentencing hearing in New York City for felony grand larceny charge, Hunter tells a friend. She can't fuck it anyway between now and then. She's safe in Hunter's hands.
Yummers.
Going up to the Finger Lakes together. Hey, if you need me to burn down the Chateau Marmont, she texts him after listening to a sketchy voice blacklisted from his favorite hotel, I will literally and figuratively burn down the chateau for you. The stylish Paris Hilton lookalike had been arrested twice after her uncle became vice president. While living in New York as an art gallery worker, she appeared to have fallen into a family trap of living beyond her means. None of this was in the news. 4 years, you didn't hear about Biden's daughter going in and out of jail? Niece. She was lucky again in 2018. After her sojourn with Hunter in L.A., she was sentenced in the Manhattan Criminal Court 2 years probation, only to be arrested the following year for driving under the influence. She crashed her car into a tree near her parents' house, her mansion in Philadelphia. The Bidens run out onto the field.
What a Sigma?
You crashed your car, Caroline. She's on probation. So here's how you get out of 2 years probation. She got a DUI, and then she settled for 5 months probation. That's how you got rid of your probation, guys. You gotta have a grandfather who's an oil tycoon, a couple money laundering schemes. It's America. When her dad and Uncle Joe pulled springs in the marketing job in L.A., she gained a salary of $85,000 plus bonus. Caroline was furious.
I'm not a big fan of the government.
I just got a DUI. You gotta pay me more than $85,000. It's usually hard for an American felon to get a job. She's offered probably hundo after those benefits, right out of jail. Like members of a hereditary aristocracy, the Bidens would have access to the best America can give. The most prestigious educational institutions, internship, clerkship, scholarships, directorships, government signatures. Investors knocked at their doors. Secret Service was at their beck and call. There were always an entree into high-paying jobs, corporate donors who backed their favors, back-slapping senators for Delaware. These are tales of power, people. Brushes with the law would be smoothed over. Bargains would always find them. Life for a Biden was a magic carpet ride gliding over obstacles that trip up mere mortals. Chapter 5. Breakfast for Billionaires. Cafe Milano in Georgetown institution renowned less of its grilled calamari. You go there to have business meetings. the world's most powerful people go. In April 2015, Hunter organized his father to meet a group of foreign business associates at the diner in a private room. Hunter is doing his job, setting up meetings for Joe. Hunter was busy in the spring of 2015. He and Kathleen had started marriage counseling. He had been traveling the world on behalf of a Chinese energy company, CEFC. He killed the billionaire who ran it. Hunters are badass, the Bidens. Hunter for president. Hunter versus Jake Paul. Subscribe. But Hunter's foreign clients were presuming him to meet Joe. It was increasingly difficult to organize visits in the West Wing. President Obama's office was watching and the White House counsel had started to put up roadblocks. So Hunter decided to organize a dinner off-site and kill 3 birds with one stone. His father could meet with his benefactors from Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and Russia at the same time, in the same place. Meeting with Kazakhstan, China, all of America's best friends. The Hunters, the Bidens. Why do I keep calling them that?
We ordered the Among Us potion.
I gotta ease off the Among Us potion. Next day, Hunter received an email from Vadim Pirholsky, a senior executive of the corrupt Ukrainian energy company Burisma, to thank him for introducing him to his father. At the time, Burisma was paying Hunter $80,000 a month to sit on its board. Burisma, they get busted in Ukraine. Money laundering operation. Cafe Milano. It's a setting table for Russian, the whole Ukraine skirmish. Breakfast for billionaires. Starts talking about Mexico's president, Claudia Sheinbaum. That's right, Catholic Mexico. They got a Jewish president now. What a coincidence that all 4 of Hunter's business associates found themselves having breakfast with his father that morning at the Vice President Resident No. 1 Observatory Circle on the grounds of the U.S. Naval Observatory. Another breakfast, another day. Mexico's president, Kazakhstan. Hunter subsequently would hold in-person and video conference with Slim's son, Carlos Jr., Carlos Slim, Mexico billionaire. He would visit Mexico again in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. He recorded a visit with the father and Cooper aboard Air Force Two. Miguel wants us to go to Mexico City. Cooper wrote in Hunter. He's probably smoking crack on Air Force One. Let's go! You ever see that picture where he's doing cocaine on the balcony of the White House? Hunter for president! This is a president's son we're talking about. He's putting M&Ms on his dick.
Oh, cholera. Czy to Freddy Fazbear?
The Secret Service traveled everywhere with Hunter in the early days. He had set sort of access to inner sanctums of power of China and Russia that any spy would kill for. Yet, Hunter always seemed to reach the edge without falling into the abyss, edging with his hookers on crack. In the days after the Post's expose, Google searches for Change My Vote spiked, since an unprecedented number of American voters had to vote to the pandemic. But it's not possible to change your mail-in ballot once it's sent. And then the Hunter Biden story gets dropped. It would have changed the election, man. That's it. We just gotta vote our way out of pedophile islands.
Metro Boomin, make it boom.
Guys aren't voting hard enough. Vote harder! When his father won the presidential election in November of 2020, Hunter felt enormous relief. He was back in the bosom of the family, bosom. The president's most trusted advisor jetting around on Air Force One, doing crack. Just like the good old days. But better. More M&Ms on the penis. I done told you, the green M&M is too sexy. If Hunter Biden ever goes to jail, he better write a book called Biden Time.